JJ Solomon.
This Corey Bradshaw, Mr. RTBA, Mr. These boys can't touch me on my worst day. And this is the Spit Bucket Podcast.
It's your boy, Mr. RTBA. Mr. 214, Senor Dos Uno Cuatro, Senor Dos Catorce, Mr. Undeniable, Mr. D Boys Can't Touch Me. On my worst day, right here with my partner in crime, my brother from another, Mr. JJ Solomon. What's poppin', my guy?
What's poppin', bro? Little Monday night TSB.
Spit Bucket episode number 45, baby.
No, bro. People be sleeping on that song.
Oh man, that's the truth, bro. They sleeping, bro. Best beat in the business,
bro. It's gonna give people nightmares one day.
Stand on it.
Hey man, so yeah, happy episode 45. We're almost to half a 100. It's been fun, man. It's been fun, but it's only the beginning. But how you feeling today, dog?
Oh man, feeling great, man. Glad to be back on, man. We got a lot to discuss, man. This boxing, I always say Jim Lampley. But I looked at Jim Lampley, I seen the interview with him. Larry Merchant was the guy who said that. Boxing is the theater of the unexpected, right? So that's just what boxing is, and that's what is the beauty of this sport, JJ, and I love it.
And we got fights to talk about. We got knockouts, PEDs, robberies. We got all sorts of stuff to talk about tonight. But with it being Monday night and the hated Eagles being on right now, making me want to throw up every time they do something good. How you feeling a full 24 hours after the Cowboys suffer their first defeat of the season against the Arizona Cardinals?
I hate losing, of course, being a Dallas Cowboy fans. I hate losing. But at the end of the day, man, injuries, they caught up with us that game. There's no excuses. Hats off to the Arizona Cardinals for having three of your offensive linemen gone where Dak is comfortable with them guys. That played this part. Also, our defense, that's just a shock. It was mind-boggling from everybody from the 214 to across the pond to see our defense that had been the most ferocious defense for the first two games of this season, to see them lay a big old egg in the first half and allow over 180 yards rushing on the ground. That was just out of the norm for this defense, which is a great defense. But yeah, man, hats off to the Arizona Cardinals. With Dak, that costly interception, Dak, you cannot do that. Like, Dak cannot do that, right? Like, I'm not through with Dak, because I've seen a lot of progression over Dak in these first three games. Even though he had a mistake like that, he cannot do that. But like I said, JJ, offensive line gone, so we have to put in three new people. They know each other.
I feel that. Yeah, I feel that, but it's just I'm not using it as an excuse whatsoever, bro, because we had our offensive line last week, and yeah, Dak had a good game last week, but we didn't need him to shine last week. So he controlled the game, played safe football, nothing out of the ordinary, but he still wasn't pushing the ball down the field, and that was my problem with this game. Again, I know it's week 3. I haven't started to drink the Kool-Aid. We talk about it all the time. But again, what I'm concerned about, the defense laid a big egg. Yeah, we had some issues on our offensive line, but you can't tell me Dobbs wasn't running for his life the whole damn game, and he was still making plays happen. So yeah, Dak had some time. Dak had more time in the pocket than I would say Dobbs did. But just the inability to lead your receivers, to get the ball. He looked like he was second guessing himself all day long, and I feel like there at the end, he showed us why, bro. But it's week 3. You can't read too much into it. But what I am reading into it is, like we said, Dak's 30 already. What are we going to see different? And I haven't seen anything different. I see him thinking too much. He's too committed to not turn the ball over. And then when it mattered, he did. So I'm disappointed, but
I'm not too.
Let's throw that up there. Why would you throw that ball? And then I got more complaints. I had these ready, and maybe I'm not being fair to give Dak, but like this, the shot where, had he led CeeDee Lamb there, there's no need for this, and then also that PI that got picked up. Just lead your receivers more, dog. I get so frustrated with it, bro, because we ain't seen no improvement. I don't know.
I think I have seen improvement in the first 2 games. I mean, this game, it wasn't a good game. It's a long football season, so it's going to be games like this that you have, but you didn't want to have a game like this against this team who you was highly favored against. Their starting quarterback didn't play in this game. So I understand the frustration in Cowboys world, but what I am seeing out of Dak is, and what I love out of Mike McCarthy is this new offense they running. I know it's Dak is not trying to make mistakes, but that's how you win a Super Bowl. A great defense and the quarterback who don't make too many mistakes. Was this a horrible game for Dak? Absolutely not. Only thing horrible is about the offense being down there in the red zone and not able to capitalize, right? So that's what we could pinpoint that. Why weren't you guys able to capitalize in these type of moments? But like I'm telling you, JJ, I'm the biggest critic. I was telling everybody I'm not excited, but over these first 3 games, looking at our defense, looking at Dak, how he was able to control the ball, that's what we need. We don't need Dak to
squeeze it in,
make all the play. Sometimes he's going to have to do that, but you don't want to push him to his limit like he did under Kellen Moore. First 3 games, 1 interception. I think so far, so good. So, like I said, this was a bad game. Nobody's expected to go 17-0, but the Cowboys are going to have to come correct this next Sunday.
Hey, I'm going to say thank you because I came here tonight prepared to talk some shit and get real emotional, but you kind of calmed me down a little bit. And I do. It's just week 3. So pump the brakes. Hey, had they told us coming into the season that we'd be 2-1 after 3 weeks, especially seeing Aaron Rodgers thinking that New York Jets that second game. So it played out different than we'd expect, but we're 2-1.
And also, JJ, with our cornerback, we lost the All-Pro.
Man. Yeah,
so, that defense, they was trying to fill that in. Could that play a part in our defense? Absolutely it could because, with our All-Pro and Travion Diggs, he's able to have attention. They got to put some respect on his name in my Birdman voice, right? And that could play a part. But like I said, in the second half, they cleaned it up. I know we allowed 222 yards rushing, but we allowed 180-plus yards rushing in the first half, only 40 yards in the second half. So our defense did step up. It's just that our offense, and this starts with the quarterback, so Dak does deserve blame, for not able to capitalize in the red zone moments.
Facts, bro. I want to see that tighten up. What you're talking about Diggs too. That could take an emotional impact too that you don't see on X's and O's. He's one of the leaders on the team, one of the leaders on that defense, and hell, it was deflating for us to read it. Imagine what it's like to live it. That's your boy, that's your partner, that's your soldier, that's your teammate, and to go through it. So it could be a little bit of an emotional hiccup because that defense, that was the most surprising. So we'll see, dog. Hopefully we get it cleaned up going into week 4 with the New England Patriots. They're always going to present. You can always count them to have a good game plan in, how the execution works. But, Bill Belichick's going to bring a game plan. From Mike McCarthy all the way down to the Cowboys, going to have to be playing on excellent execution, dog. Everybody's going to have to come out firing and shake off that game we saw yesterday.
Absolutely. And I am encouraged. We got to the red zone. We just weren't able to capitalize. Over this week, the coaching staff, they need to make sure they put in extra effort to make sure in the next game and in the future that when you have them red zone opportunities, which are not easy to get, that they capitalize at their moments.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, man. Well, let's get it into boxing. We're coming off a big boxing weekend, a busy boxing weekend. I don't know if we call it a big boxing weekend, but there was some size in the ring. We'll start with that, bro. The Chalet Zhang takeover. Had the rematch up against Joe Joyce. You know, a lot of people, including us, you know, it's a hard fight to pick. It's hard to pick a heavyweight fight. But we thought Joe Joyce would get back to the lab. Maybe he overlooked the old man a little bit. But, dog, it was more the same thing. And this time it was finished without a judge having to stop, a ref having to stop it. It was a brutal, devastating knockout. We got throwing it up on screen for you there. But, hooray. About time to start taking Zhang seriously, bro.
Oh man, absolutely, bro. Like that performance he put on,
facts.
It's just something that you can't deny. He is a major player in the heavyweight division now. People got to understand, Joy Joyce was undefeated before he got to this guy, and Joe Joyce was the name that was more highly touted in the heavyweight division. Even though him and Zhang are both former silver medalists in the Olympics. Right, Joe Joyce was just a name that was everybody was talking about more. Yeah, everybody was talking. Yeah, but Zhang, man, I got like I said, got to put some respect on his name, JJ.
Exactly.
It ain't that he did the unthinkable.
Yeah,
it's just for him to go in there and put on a performance like that and even dominate more in that type of fashion, JJ. That was an incredible performance. And his stock went from 0 to 100 real quick after that.
Bro. Yeah, you got to look at all right, when you in the heavyweight division has been difficult to put a judge on, like to judge it since the Klitschko's took over. Now it's like, who's the king of the heavyweights? You have Wilder make his run. Fury stopped that. Now Fury fighting UFC fighters and Ruiz. The heavyweight division is hard to put your finger on. The one thing about Zhang that you can say is he's staying active. And he's staying active. He's staying impressive, not looking rusty and stuff. So obviously, bro, inactivity kills you. We have evidence for days. Inactivity kills you. You throw Zhang in there coming off 2 brilliant performances against somebody like Joe Joyce. Throw him in there with a Ruiz. Throw him in there with a, dare I say it, Deontay Wilder.
Yeah.
Like, say something like that.
Joshua, he there.
Joshua, like, and then I'm leading up to Tyson Fury, obviously, and Usyk. But
this win Saturday night, made him the #1 contender for Usyk belt. So Usyk is next.
And bro, if I'm Usyk, like that's a tough. I mean, we'll see if people are gonna sign up to fight this guy, bro. He's got a head like a sack of bricks. You can't hurt the guy, and I mean, he's just relentless, dog, relentless. And he's got his game plan. He don't have very many tools in the box, but salute to the Chinese, the Chinese heavyweight champ or the heavyweight. Was it WBO? Interim, something like that.
Interim, like the underbelt. And Jay, look, like he said, he had 300+ million people in China watching this fight last time. Think of how many people watched this fight this time. You got to understand, JJ, and I know you know this, but I'm talking to everybody from the 214 across the pond. We must understand, China. We see it more often now, but when you have a heavyweight like this, JJ. That's from China. This dude is a big deal now in the sport of boxing now. Everybody want to talk about money-wise now. How much money would you make going to China to fight Zhang? JJ?
A hell of a point. I read today somewhere on Twitter that he was the #1 trending hashtag or whatever on TikTok from China right now. So that's crazy, dog. Considering a lot of people didn't give him much of a chance just a few months back against Joe Joyce the first time. Then they called it a fluke. And I think me and you, we didn't say the words fluke, but we were picking Joyce.
Yeah, picking Joyce because, like I said, he made us put some respect on his name, Jay. And that performance, and another thing, salute to his coach. I don't know the guy's name. I'm not too familiar with him, but he was a black guy. In that press conference, if everybody watched that press conference, he said a precedence. He let Joe Joyce and them know that we weren't going to leave it in the judge's hands and we was going to knock you out. And not only did he say that, look at Zhang's confidence on that stage, JJ. Like, I know he was supposed to be confident that he won, But JJ, his confidence showed, bro, and his performance showed why he was as confident as he was. Shout out to Zhang, if I said that correctly. A new phenomenon. Because he's a phenomenon now, JJ. Being from China, like you say, hashtag #1 on TikTok.
Shit,
So stop playing.
that's serious. Hey, and dog, like we just said, I'm sitting here as you're talking. I'm just thinking what a matchup with Ruiz or any of those guys would look like. He has to be. He has to be. There are ways he can win these fights. And I don't. I mean, Ruiz isn't super spectacular or anything like that, but these are all big names, and it just takes a good performance from
Oh, I
Zhang.
got him the favorite. Oh,
I would have him the favorite right now against Ruiz.
JJ, I got him. And this was so
What about
crazy.
AJ?
Favorite.
Yeah.
But I don't think. Look, only one who I don't know about is Deontay Wilder because Deontay Wilder got that cannon, right? He got that cannon, JJ. I ain't talking about skill wise. I ain't obviously
facts.
more skill than him, but he has that cannon, and I think if that cannon lands, on that egg dome of Zhang, it could possibly be some problems with JJ. I'm not gonna lie. The performance he put on like that against him, a guy who was undefeated, who everybody was talking about was the next great heavyweight from across the pond. I got Zhang either the favorite over only person who I don't know about is Tyson Fury or Usyk. I'm gonna put all the respect on that name. I don't know if he could beat them guys, but everybody else, it's either the favorite or it's even. And I think it's only even for one person, and that's Deontay Wilder. And I said, like I said, because of his power.
Facts, dog. You have to respect it. And I won't be able to say how I would feel. I haven't seen enough of him. I've seen just what ESPN throws at us, but you have to respect it, bro. All right, let's move on, dog. On the next same card. Let's talk about Conor Benn's return, dog. Came back against Rodolfo Orozco. Big old Rodolfo Orozco. Never has been down. 6'1". Keep in mind they fought 154 pounds. There's a reason I'm saying this. Dog, Conor Benn was just lighting him up the whole night. Damn, Orozco looked like a Pez dispenser, bro. His head just kept popping, snapping back. But Conor couldn't finish the job. You jump on Twitter and everybody started with the easy narrative. All right, of course he couldn't finish him. He don't have no juice in him. I'm not going to choose to, I have my thoughts on Conor Benn. He was just in front of a hard-headed Mexican with a chin that was way bigger than him. What are your thoughts about Conor Benn's fight, his return, bro? Got much to say about it?
I'm on both sides of it. Like you say, the guy he fought never been down, right? Never been down. So it's merit to that. And like I could see what other people saying, no juicing. But the only thing that saved Conor Benn is because that other guy has never been down. And the way Conor Benn was landing them shots and bunches and combos, and that guy kept marching and the chucking, and he couldn't get rid of him, Jay. I have to lean on the side, that this guy has never been down. I have to lean on the side that I hope that the American people are doing their due diligence, and this guy and Conor Benn was a clean fighter coming into this fight. But I'm not going to take away from what's his name, Rodolfo?
Rodolfo Orozco, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to take away from Rodolfo because he has a granite chin.
God, that chin is that's from Superman.
He don't go down. So I'm going to say it was more him because I don't believe that we over here in America was going to allow this guy to have any of that weird stuff in his system going into this fight.
Well, they did slide that damn fight under us, so I don't know just how much we'd be able to say that he was clean. Again, I'm not gonna. Yeah, this fight not. It's not even important enough for me to start throwing accusations out there. I feel how I feel about Conor Benn. I hated how he handled it. Everybody deserves a second chance. Let's give the man a second chance. Salute to the win. Dog, Rodolfo Orozco, what do you have in your head? Because that was nuts, man. But what do you think about a Conor Benn versus Virgil Ortiz fight, bro? If Virgil comes back to 154 and Conor stays there.
I like it. I mean, it's both of their time, to prove themselves. You got to understand with Virgil, medical reasons, whatever. It's a lot of rumors out there about what's going on with Virgil Ortiz. We don't know how true they are. It's different things, right? So Virgil has to come back and prove himself because you got to understand boxing is a lonely sport, and when you don't fight long enough, people start to forget about you. JJ, and with Virgil being off this long amount of time, you can't come back and play any, mini, miny, mo
Yeah,
with Virgil Ortiz. You got to come back and put him against an opponent that's going to put him over the top because it's his
yeah,
time. And the
yeah.
same thing with Conor Benn. Now it's time to put you over the top. But I understand Virgil coming back, getting a warm up fight. But after that, then yes.
Shit. Yeah, I guess you're right because I'm ready to see him in there with Connor. I feel like he could go in and look damn good against Conor Benn. But my bad earlier. I said that Conor Benn was the same card. That was not the same card. Conor Benn was on the DAZN card, the Matchroom card with Richardson and Hitchens. So you wanted to clear that up because people just watch, waiting for you to say something wrong.
Yeah.
But same card, dog. We'll cover the Jessica McCaskill and Sandy Ryan fight. Take a little quick break. But Jessica McCaskill, Sandy Ryan unifying their belts. It's supposed to be a big fight. And unfortunately, we came off with a very controversial draw, dog. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a fan of Jessica McCaskill, fan of her coach Rick, and all that good stuff, man. But this fight was no way a draw. Best case scenario, you give McCaskill 4 rounds. I gave her 3 rounds. Sandy Ryan's been just so sad on social media, dog, hoping that she gets his rematch. She deserves it. I think the boxing world would demand it, and it seems like they are on Twitter so far. I know there's not the biggest names out there, but the girl deserves a rematch based on what a lot of people on press row, media, other fighters said. Americans, hell, Clarissa Shields came out and felt for Sandy, man. So tough loss or draw. What's your thoughts about the good old boxing doing a good old robbery 1-2, man?
Man, I hate it. Right? Just steady, put a black eye over our sport, JJ. And one thing about Jessica McCaskill, you lost that fight, right? And one thing about her, she's also a commentator. She's always preaching about the judges doing the right thing and everything like that. She preach about that when she's on these broadcasts. Mm-hmm. So if Jessica McCaskill is real with herself, if she is a true champion, she see what everybody else is saying. It ain't about what you or your coach is saying because you're going to have people around you who going to say you won when they know you didn't win because they ain't trying to hurt your feelings, right? Mm-hmm. If she's a true champion, if she's going to stand behind every word she say about how fights need to be fair and how people need to have the right outcome, if Jessica McCaskill is that, she is going to give this lady a rematch. Now, if Jessica McCaskill don't do that, JJ, then that's why I have a problem with Jessica McCaskill because all the stuff that she preached is going to be false to me now. Because, see, it comes a time and a moment, JJ, right? Because you can say a lot of things, right? Because when you're in a sport or anything you do, you can say a lot of things that you don't like about something, but it's going to be a time when it's your moment and it's about you and it happens to you. Now, what are you going to do, Jessica McCaskill? Are you going to do the good for what's for boxing? Hey, you got the win. We don't think you won the fight. But are you going to do the right thing and give this young lady a rematch? Because if you do, this one will be admirable to you, even if you win, lose, or draw the next fight.
Facts, dog. Facts. And like just to give you an idea of, I don't want to say these people that turned on her because salute, but like Alicia Baumgartner, when Alicia first got hit with this PED thing. I don't know if y'all remember, Jessica McCaskill picked up the phone, called the boxing voice, and was kind of defending Alicia before a lot of the details came out. After this fight, Alicia came out on Twitter and said that fight wasn't a draw. Sandy won that fight. So that should tell you a little bit right there, man, about what we saw. I'm very, 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 very skeptical. I'm very I won't ever call a fight robberies. The fights are real close. You got to score round by round. I know you jump on Twitter or you hear the announcers. It's hard for me to call a fight a robbery. This fight was a robbery. Jessica McCaskill, yeah, it was a draw, but she got to keep her straps. They robbed the opportunity of unification for poor Sandy, man. And, hey, it's part of the business. But why do we always just say that? Why do we just say it's part of the business? This is the only sport where it's like, that was terrible, and then we just sweep it on, and then we tune in the following Saturday and forget all about the people whose dreams were just crushed, man. And that's what pissed me off. So, again, it's part of the sport. Unfortunately, hopefully she gets his rematch, dog, and we get to see it. I think Jessica will do the right thing. I don't think she was too convinced she won that, or that was a draw by her post-fight interview.
Hey, I hope so. Jessica McCaskill, I hope you do the right thing for boxing.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Al Money throwing out with the $2 super sticker.
Al Money, what's popping, my guy?
I hope everything is good.
3, 1.
And I appreciate you tuning in on a Monday night, bro. We were just kind of trying some stuff out with Monday Night Football. We're going to get this out. So thank you, sir. But let's take a quick break, man. We're going to talk a little bit about Richardson Hitchens. We're going to talk about a special guest we got coming up on Wednesday. You guys want to tune in? But stay tuned real quick after the break.
We all have battles. We fight. We train. We work. We persevere. And we celebrate. We are all one.
I can't do anything if I can't walk in my prosthetic. It's a lot of pain that I feel throughout my day. It can be very intense. Now I just put that balm over it and it will heal up much faster and it'll let the callus recover. That's amazing. It is a total game changer. I am hooked. I am absolutely, I'm just hooked.
Life is hard. KO makes it better. KOCBD.com.
KOCBD.com. Don't forget to throw in that discount code TSB10. You might ask, what does TSB stand for? The Spit Bucket. Get your discount. Get your bones feeling better. Trust me, man. I don't leave home without my KO Therapeutics. So appreciate our partners out there. I know what we're gonna say before we jump into Richardson Hitchens, bro. I want to talk real quick about the Frank Martin interview.
Okay.
We good? We'll go ahead and bring that in real quick.
Yeah, bring it in. Yeah.
But yeah. Obviously, we have Frank Martin news on the fallout with the Shakur fight. We broke it. Frank Martin finally speaks. But I just want to play this little clip. Shout out to the Queens of the Ring. They're the ones that landed the Frank Martin interview. They got him out, coming out from I won't say hiding, but quietness. But they got him on. They got him talking. And I just want to play this compare and contrast game based on what we said and what he said. Hold on, I'm pulling it up. It's coming up. Here it is. From what we've heard this morning, Frank Martin never negotiated that deal.
Granted, I ain't never know what the money was. I ain't know none of that. So what happened was once everything came about, I figured out what that money was and I wasn't cool with it. You know what I mean? I wanted more. So that's why the fight didn't fall through, because it was
and said, wait a second. This is Shakur Stevenson we're talking about. If I'm going to go put myself at risk like this, I need 1.5. I need 2.
So at the end of the day, what I was asking for, it wasn't nothing that was outrageous that a motherfucker could have said, oh, I outpriced myself, or none of that. Like what he was getting paid and what I asked for was reasonable. You know what I mean? So I just feel like the whole thing is like they could have just gave me what I asked for, you know what I mean? And it wasn't even nothing crazy. And then the fight could have happened. It was that simple. The fight could have happened. It's all about the money.
Landslide. So, what's next for Frank Martin? That's it. You throw some taxes in that $1 million payday, you're cutting that in half. You pay your coaches, your staff. That's way less than $500,000 at that point. How is he supposed to set himself up for the rest of his life if he looks the way a lot of people look against Shakur Stevenson? I understand.
And look, Jay,
this your first time getting paid $1 million and this and that. That $1 million ain't no fucking $1 million. Once you take out taxes, once you taking out them trainer fees and them fees you gotta pay. But the fans want to see the fight. You know what I mean? They want to see the fight, but they ain't understanding that a fight this big, a motherfucker got to get paid. Can't one side just eat.
There you go. There you go. So listen, hey, Corey, salute. We said a little pat on our back, bro. We said I'm breaking. We came in and said there was trouble in paradise, right? And we'll get to that because he didn't confirm that, but we said he wasn't involved with a negotiating table with the money. We said he wanted a little bit more to clear $1 million, so 1.5 to 2. What else did we say? There was one more piece in there. I forget. But pretty much we were spot on. So for anybody who was doubting what we had said or the validity of it, hey man, there it is right there. Corey, what are your thoughts on what he had to say though?
I think it's disgusting what Frank Martin had to say, right? And shout out to Queen of the Rings. Salute to them. They doing their thing, and I'm subscribed to them now because of that interview. You know, I ain't really know too much about them, but I'm subscribed to them now because of that. But my thing is, when he said $1 million, where's the follow-up question, ladies? So, Frank, if it's not $1 million, what type of money was you looking for? Was it 1.5 or was it 2 million? That should have been the follow-up question. Next thing, Frank Martin say, people think $1 million is $1 million. After I have to pay the promoter, after I have to pay my trainer, and after I have to pay taxes. Well, little Frankie, if you can pay $70,000, you're gonna have to pay taxes on that. You're gonna have to pay your promoter. You're gonna have to pay your trainer. So it's the same thing. JJ, at first I was like this. I was like, yeah, wooty woo, this might not enough, but I'm thinking about like, who is Frank Martin? He talking about a fight of this magnitude. No, Shakur Stevenson is the fight. You're just a pawn in chess. If y'all know, I'm a real good chess player. If anybody out there want that smoke, what's popping? You understand me?
Yep.
The Spit Bucket podcast at gmail.com. Y'all hit me up and we can set it up. Whoever wants to smoke in chess. So Frank Martin was just a pawn. JJ, you heard me? Into this fight. And for this guy to say $1 million ain't $1 million, dude, you ain't never seen nothing nowhere near close to that. See, Jose Jr., this is what's wrong with the sport. You have guys like this who have the opportunity of a lifetime, never seen $1 million, then make up excuses about the taxes when it's taxes on everything. Every fight he make, when he's going to have to pay the promoter on every fight he have to make, when he's going to have to pay the trainer on every fight he make. This is what's wrong with boxing. See, guys like Frank Martin, he's pacified. He got the stitch of the man down promotion, you know, be all up in the club, but everybody can't leave, like, so he got in the mind frame like, I'm like, dude, stop feeling yourself like that, like, stop that. And here's a part of the reason why boxing can't elevate. Opportunity of a lifetime. JJ, the unthinkable. Yeah, Frank Martin. We all think that you would lose to Shakur Stevenson. But doing the unthinkable, beating that guy, getting $1 million. And if you win, then the ball game changes because then you are going to be a super player in boxing. JJ, is disgusting. And this is the reason why boxing is where it's at right now, because of guys like Frank Martin, when they get their opportunity, never seen no type of money like this, and he say no.
Woo! Bro, you should have put the red shirt on, bro. You had that red shirt energy. Listen, we didn't really discuss this, so I didn't get to hear the ferocious guy come out. It's hard to disagree with that, dog. I'm in no position to tell another man what he thinks he should be worth, right? I'm not going to tell Frank. I'm not going to tell Shakur, you should have taken that 25%. You're an idiot for not taking it. I'm not going to tell Terrence I'm not telling none of these guys what to do with the decision. Now, what I can do is choose to tune in, choose to watch, choose to pay. And so I stand with Frank Martin on not accepting a payment that he didn't put his eyeballs on. If he didn't approve it, you can't force him to take the fight. That's where it ends, though, because I'm with you. Yeah, you still have to pay all these stuff. And yeah, when we were live that day, I came out and said, I was understanding where he came from. Meaning, yeah, that's a lot of money. And by the time it's all done, that money, I'm not going to sniff $1 million. I understood that, I get it, but that doesn't necessarily mean I agree with it. Like, this is the opportunity of a lifetime. You don't know if the next day is promised. We don't know anything, and you're right. Shakur Stevenson, that fight didn't go through, boom. Next day had Edwin De Los Santos ready to go. Just like that. Nobody skipped a beat because Frank, if Shakur drops out of the fight, the event is canceled. Devin Haney drops out of a fight, the event is canceled. Frank Martin drops out of a fight, let's call Edwin, and that's what Frank needs to understand. And look, again, I'm not here to tell Frank what he needs to do, but dog, like, that's a lot of money. And yeah, you're not walking away with $1 million, but you can do some smart stuff with that money. And more importantly, you could prepare for the fight of your life and maybe not win, but come out here and look good. You all right there, Corey? Oh, sorry. It looked like you were like breathing hard. You can prepare for the fight of your life. You could come out and look decent against Shakur, and who knows what happens after. Opens up for other fights. So now, man, now you're going to be sitting around looking for another fight. Hell, who knows what's happening with Showtime and PBC now that there's rumors about Showtime shutting boxing down. So, hey, salute for you standing up on your principle. But
what his principle? His principle ain't gonna get him nowhere. JJ, who is he gonna fight next? His principle, Frank Martin, dead wrong, man. Like you say, JJ. No, you can tell somebody this. Frank Martin, that was 4 times, 5 times the money you ever made in your career. That is silly to turn that type of money down, JJ. And it's silly to turn down the opportunity to be the guy who we look at as that next him in boxing, JJ. And it's a title. JJ, this is making me frustrated. JJ, this is making me frustrated because I'm a guy who was there with Earl Spence before he became champion. I'm a guy who watched a guy who wanted to fight everybody. You understand me? It wasn't about none of this, none of that. Yeah, make this fight, stand them up. I'm going to knock them down. What is this? This is the guy that's under you, Earl Spence, that's representing your company? And he out here telling the boxing world, no, this ain't what you about, Earl Spence. This ain't what Man Down Promotions was built about, JJ. Now, I do understand when you get yourself in a certain position, then it's, you really have to analyze the business. Terrence Crawford, Earl Spence. You really have to, you really have to analyze. But Frank Martin, he ain't in that position yet to where he has to analyze the business. He on there doing like this with his pinky finger showing his. You just turned down $1 million. You think we get you doing it, and you just turned down $1 million? JJ, that's Bush League right there. And Frank Martin, he put himself in a bad position, JJ, and it's gonna show in the near future.
Wow. Yeah, dog. It's hard to disagree with anything you said, and I won't disagree with it. I think it was a mistake. Just like I said on last episode, that if I was Shakur, I would have taken that money. Difference is Shakur can still make a lot of money fighting a lot of other fighters, even if it's not Devin, even if it's not Tank Davis, and for damn sure if it's not Frank Martin. I mean, he's going to be just fine. Frank Martin missed on an opportunity that, damn, Craig, you broke it down. How hard was it for Errol to finally get that opportunity, that strap season opportunity? And here it was presented to Frank Martin, 6-figure payday, and an opportunity for a strap. It's hard to just sit back and walk away from it, which makes me believe that we were right about the trouble in paradise. Because something that he didn't address on the show was, or he did say that, oh, I don't know where that came from. Well, we're great. Me and Errol are great. Me and Derek are great. It took him 2 weeks to address it. But more importantly, the thing we're missing is, why did he not know about the money? Mm-hmm. There's a division there. And yeah, you let your promoter handle your business. But before you accept a fight, you say, hey, we're accepting this fight for this amount of money. Don't make us look stupid the next day, which he did. So there's a disconnect there. All right? There's a disconnect there.
Yeah, but you hold up, JJ. That's a great point. Because I don't believe Earl Spence now. I don't believe Earl Spence because I know Earl Spence and Earl Spence is nowhere near like that. When I was around Earl Spence, bro, it was the red carpet, bro. Do you hear me? Red carpet
When you
treatment.
say he ain't like that, he would just do you
No, no,
over.
no, 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 no. When you are part of Earl's team and you riding with Earl, Earl gonna treat you like that. Now, if you ain't no groupie like I wouldn't, like yeah, you'll come to parties, but you ain't gonna be like, oh Earl, I want to go kick it with you with all the girls and stuff, and like he said, Corey, man, you my brother, man. Whatever I got you, I'm like, nah, Earl, man, I just want to rock with you like this. This how we coming. You understand me? But see, I know what type of person Earl Spence is, right? So I know he not gonna do no bad business like that, Gerald. I mean, Jose Jr. I know he not gonna do no bad business like that because this one thing too we got to think about. JJ, it was finna be a purse bid. JJ, if there's an agreement made, that's the only reason why the purse bid got stopped.
Yep, exactly, bro. So that whole piece of it ain't adding up. Honestly, dog, I'm tired of talking about it. I just wanted to address that in case anybody out there was just browsing through the webs and all that fun stuff and landed on, oh, the Spit Bucket said this, the Spit Bucket said a few things, and we made it very clear. One thing we did not say, though, was that he left Derrick James and that he left Man Down Promotion. We never said that. So I just wanted to throw that out there before we get on to the next subject. Hey, salute Al Money for tuning in, watching Monday Night Football and pulling up, supporting it. Appreciate you, bro. 913 Boxer, salute. Appreciate you tuning in, bro. All right, dog. Main event, the zone matchroom card on Saturday. Richardson Hitchens, dog. Now 17-0. Came out and made a statement against a very ready, wanting to resurrect his career, Jose Chon Cepeda, bro. Like, hey, any questions, Corey? Any questions? A dominant, damn near shutout performance against Cepeda with his first main event.
None at all, JJ. This guy right here, I'm extremely high on this guy right here and been extremely high on this guy for a long time. Even when he was with Mayweather Promotion. That's why it was mind-boggling to me. When Mayweather Promotion let this guy get away from them, JJ. But forget that. His performance was sensational. See, that's the type of performance that makes you open up your eye and pay attention. If you didn't know about this guy a day ago, like if you didn't know about him on Friday, Saturday night, you know about him and you know about him going forward. He put on the performance to show everybody from where we at in the 214 to wherever they at, from the States to across the pond, that he is here, JJ.
Facts, dog. Now, look, I jumped onto the Twitter, to the X after the fight, and it was a lot of rumblings about him being boring. He trying to be like Mayweather, but he hasn't earned the Mayweather. And his fight was boring, and there was no action, and the same old thing you get from the casual eye. Look, how many people had tried to duplicate Mayweather's style and just look absolutely silly doing it. I can see where people who want to watch his constant action and stuff with his fight is boring. But what Richardson Hitchens did against a very ready Cepeda is not easy to do. I mean, he pitched a shutout, bro. It was brilliantly done. He used his distance. He used his speed, his timing. I mean, Cepeda couldn't get in close. Cepeda was just swinging for the fences by the end of it. It was a brilliant, mature fight. And when a young man who has all the God-given ability that Richardson Hitchens has is able to also use his brain in there, that's when you need to say, oh, shit, this is serious. For real, dog, because his own coaches were saying, do a little bit more of this. Go in there, mix it up a little bit. Let your hands go. And they asked Richardson about that in the fight. And he said he with no pride involved whatsoever. I loved his answer. He said, I felt his power early. I didn't want to get caught. I don't think they were anticipating Cepeda to pack a punch. I don't think the trainers did either. But Hitchens felt the power, and he did not want to take a chance of going out there trying to show out on his first main event, because that could have gone a complete opposite way, bro. It could have ruined the night. So salute to Hitchens for looking boring, bro. Keep on looking boring. As long as you're dominating these performances, you know what I mean? You know who else looked boring? They say Andre Ward was boring. They said Mayweather was boring in the second part of his career. You know, there's a lot of boring fighters that are in the history books now, dog. So I liked what I saw. He's only going to there's only going to be more action to come with it because he's got the capabilities. But he intentionally fought that fight, and salute to him. But like you said, bro, we gotta listen.
And what was so good about it, JJ, like you said, he was going against an ample opponent. Now, see, this is where you have to look at young fighters and see if they really ready, right? And like you said, his excellent answer. I felt his power early. Now, JJ, when a lot of fighters get on this big stage like this, JJ, you want to show up and you want to show out, right? If somebody hits you hard and everybody see they catch you with a good one, you want to immediately get that punch back, JJ. But he used his mind, JJ, and that's very, very impressive. And with a fighter that could use their mind and understand who's in front of them and know what they have to do from round 1 to round 12 to get the victory, and not only to get the victory, but to win every round, sensational.
I agree, bro. I have nothing bad to say about his performance. Anybody who hates on that performance either is not a fan of the sweet science or just don't have very much going on between the two ears. Hey, bro, so you want to take a quick break before we talk about who we got coming up next?
Yeah. Break time.
Let's take a quick break. We'll wrap up. We'll talk a little bit about our special guest.
Elite Sportswear.
Check out Elite Sportswear. All right, listen up, guys. We're calling all Little League coaches. We're calling all middle school coaches. Calling all high school coaches. We're calling out all those team mamas. If you need team uniforms, if you need jerseys, accessories, whatever gear you're looking for the team, please check out our friends over at Elite Sportswear. These guys do it all, and they do it great. So if you're needing a brand new look for the younger athletes, for the teams, do me a favor, trust us with Elite Sportswear. These guys do all of our gear here at Spit Bucket Podcast, hats, shirts, hoodies. We could not be more pleased with them. So check them out over at thebetteruniform.com. You can find them on Facebook at The Better Uniform or on Instagram, Elite Sportswear 17. That's Elite Sportswear 17 on Instagram. Again, if you want your team looking super fly on game days, do yourself a favor, do the squad a favor. Call Roderick and the team over to Elite Sportswear ASAP. Let them know the Spit Bucket Podcast sent you. Salute to Elite Sportswear, man. Appreciate it. You guys go take a look at their gear at thebetteruniform.com and check out their social media. Corey, I think you've seen them shorts floating around on Facebook.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, especially if you're in the DFW area. They got all the schools, everything, and I'm pretty sure if you over the world and you got a design that you need to be made to put on the short, when I tell everybody Elite Sportswear is the place to be, you see how we coming right here? You see how they look? You see how they look all crispy and stuff? Right. Can y'all stop playing with me? Say Elite Sportswear is that, been that, and going to be that at the end of the day. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Well, look, we got a big Wednesday showing up. We asked that you guys tune in. Y'all set them notifications because we're going to put that link up here real soon. But we got back on the show, rising star, future superstar. I would call him back. Oh, yeah, he's back. We got Mr. Floyd, Kid Austin, Schofield coming up on the show. So we're excited about having him on, man. Let me take this picture off before people get staring too much because we got to. Yeah, man, we got Kid Austin coming back. We're excited about him. If you don't know about him, you need to go look him up. But we've been talking about Kid Austin probably before a lot of people were, right, Corey?
Oh, man, yeah, man. That's why Kid Austin know how we coming, man. That's how we can't wake up to the Spit Bucket Bar. Can't mess out the Golden Boy promotion, man. But Noah Hopkins in them, Oscar De La Hoya is in them, Eric Gomez in them, and
all of them.
Yeah, all of them.
All of them. Yeah, so y'all tune in Wednesday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Special daytime hours for Florida Kid Austin Schofield. But Corey, I think we done wrapped up a little bit early, man. You got anything you want to throw in, or you ready just to come back Wednesday on fire?
Yeah, man. I just want everybody to make sure y'all please like, share, and please subscribe, and especially turn on your notification bell. Because see, One thing about special young fighters, I think me and JJ, we got an eye for that, right? We got an eye for that, right? And when I tell everyone that Kid Austin is one of these special young fighters that's on the up and coming and that's making his presence felt now and going forward, I really need everybody to make sure y'all tune in Wednesday, early afternoon show. We have the young up and coming superstar from Austin, Texas, San Antonio. He's residing in right now. And yeah, it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice.
Yeah, you better get your questions in before he gets too damn hot to talk to. You can say, "Oh, I asked him a question on the Spit Bucket podcast, and he responded to me," because one day he's gonna be too famous to respond to you.
Yeah, we got to hit up and get it while the getting is good, JJ.
Yes, sir. But we appreciate everybody. We appreciate KO Therapeutics. We appreciate Elite Sportswear. We appreciate all of you guys tuned in. Like Ray said, please subscribe. Please hit that notification bell. Please tell your friends about us, because we're going to keep working hard to put out the best box of content we can. Until Wednesday, again, y'all tune in for Kid Austin, special guest, Wednesday, 1 o'clock. Corey, have a great night. Tell family I say hello, brother.
Salute. Likewise, my brother.
This is JJ Solomon.
This from Ray Bradshaw, Mr. RTB, and Mr. These boys can't touch me on my worst day. And this is the Spit Bucket Podcast.